Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. I hope you're doing well there. If you guys could subscribe, that'd be great, and I appreciate you stopping by. So this is a little thing I like to call August video, because heat material until the Euro games give you something that's juicy. Serbia is playing Portugal in about an hour's time. Hopefully something cool happens there. Pelle did not play. I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, cool. I get to watch a little Sweden versus Germany. And the spread in that game, I believe, was Germany by 20.5. I don't even know what the final ended up being because he didn't play. And I was like, well, I think I'm out. I don't really want to watch Sweden versus Germany. But the final score today was 105-83. So they did cover. They did cover the 20.5. Dennis Schroeder had 23 points, but no Pelle. I was like, tuned in. I was like, where's Pelle? And apparently he had an illness. The team doctor kept him out of this game. Mind you, they are in group play, although Sweden has lost their first two here to start EuroBasket. So not a great start for the Swedes. We wish Pelle a speedy recovery. Simone Fontecchio also did not have a fantastic first performance for himself when he was playing yesterday against Greece. Fontecchio started the game 0 for 10. And I was like, yeesh. So not everybody off to a rousing start into their Heat EuroBasket run. Pelle has a foul out. Check. Why does it sound like that? Check. Check. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, is it good now? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So not everybody has had the EuroBasket start. Now listen, Serbia is a power, but Nico has been on a really hot run. Pelle has it's been a little tough of a go for Sweden. And it's understandable. Like, Sweden is not the power that Serbia is. But I think they lost like their big lob threat today and him. So it was a tough go. The fact that they were even going to go into Germany and get a win or take on Germany and get a win was very unlikely. So we'll see what ends up happening with Serbia and Portugal and follow what goes down throughout the weekend. In the meanwhile, this was a little bit of an odd thing that came out, not only because of who said it, but because of where it was said. And that was Markieff Morris. Markieff Morris went on the OG's podcast. Him and his brother went on the OG's podcast, of course, hosted by Udonis Haslem, Mike Miller, Heat legend and Heat multiple-time champion, best of friends. And Markieff Morris was taking fan questions, a part of the OG's, and he was asked about the Nikola Jokić incident. And if you guys don't recall this, the Heat were getting waxed in Denver, like they typically do. And Markieff Morris, I think, took exception to how Joker was defending or something like that. So he gets a rebound. Bam can't score on him. And so as Joker's bringing up the court, Morris kind of hip checks him. And this makes Joker kind of lose his mind because he kind of hip checks him on a little take foul. And then as he does that and Morris walks away, Jokić just absolutely dump trucks him, like bulldozes him in the back, and all hell breaks loose. And this led to some craziness. Like, the Heat were trying to get into their locker. Remember the famous picture, Andy Ellisberg's like keeping Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry and Bam, and all the players are trying to keep them, UD trying to keep them out of the hallway to get to the Denver Nuggets locker room. This, of course, led to a strange situation where the Jokić brothers, his two behemoth siblings, especially Big Brate, they ended up making a Twitter account, and they were like threatening the Morris twins because Marcus Morris was ready to go fight Joker, and then the Jokić brothers were like, we'll mess you up, and then we're all going to see you in Miami. And then, we get to the game, and, Joker gives his whole statement, and he's, this was a pretty crazy situation. And the thing that was wild about it was Markieff Morris didn't play again that year. He didn't even play in the rematch. He was just done. That was his season. Markieff Morris was, brought in. He was kind of one of these last pieces. Remember, the Heat actually made moves that year to kind of bounce back from a bad first-round exit, and they brought in Kyle Lowry and P.J. Tucker and Markieff Morris. And the Morris twins had been, like, working out in Miami. This had been I think they've been, circling to try and get one of the Morris brothers for a little bit. But he only ends up playing those 17 games that year. And he did end up, going to play, more in his career, but not like a ton. This was kind of like the years and the teams that having him, his effect in the league was not very much. But anyway, I say all this because he goes on the OG's podcast and somebody says, "Hey, are you able to speak on what happened with the post Jokić incident?" And it said a lot of his fans expect you to come back, continue to make an impact. And he said, quote, "They effed me up over there because they made me work so hard to get back knowing it was a misconception about how the injury really went. It was a 2-week injury, and I got cleared in 2 weeks. But because Miami wouldn't allow me back on the court, they made it seem like I was injured for 6 months. I was back. I literally had whiplash and was back, and I was practicing on the regular for like 6 months. And like UD's there sitting there, and UD's basically like agreeing with them the whole time. He's like, yeah, he's not lying. And this is a bit of a weird one because it's just like, one, this is not like the first time there's been some disagreements on injuries with players in the NBA. It's not the first time the Heat have had disagreements with either diagnosis or how fast they're bringing somebody back or how slow they're bringing somebody back. Or mystery behind. We had this with the Terry Rozier thing. It kind of was interesting when I saw this. I was like, man, this makes me think of the Terry Rozier injury. But the Terry Rozier injury doesn't seem like it doesn't appear like there was a disagreement about what had happened. It was just strange that he had this neck injury in the middle of his first season with Miami, and then boom, his season was done. And look, we know Miami can take these things very seriously. This is an organization that has dealt with Alonzo Mourning. This is an organization that has dealt with the Chris Bosh situation. They've had some weird health things that have been thrown their way. The Chris Bosh thing got very hostile between the Heat and the Bosh camp. Very, very bad. And so, I don't know. This one seemed a little bit strange to me because I don't really know. I don't recall. The Bosh thing, I kind of understood why Chris Bosh was a little bit like, hey, maybe something wonky's going on here. The Heat are trying to clear me off the books, go make a pursuit of Kevin Durant, getting back some cap space. He was a maxed out player, but was he a max player? And, I think the Heat kind of felt a little bit hustled when his deal went down about, you better sign or I'm going to go to Houston, whatever. That I could honestly understand, like, why you would think there would be nefarious action. I don't really understand the Markieff Morris one just because it's like, what did it benefit the Heat not to bring Markieff Morris back, right? Like, I don't think he got traded. He didn't get traded that year. I think he finished out the season to my belief. I think, I don't recall, like, him getting... Let's see. It said on March 11th he got medical clearance to return playing, which was interesting because he said it was 2 weeks. He got, and I believe this injury happened in November, but he got medical clearance to return playing in March. So I don't know, but anyway, I just found it strange because there wasn't really a reason. It's not like it's not like he was a starter and it's like, oh, I want to go get my job back. He was kind of like one of the ancillary pieces on that team. So bit of a strange one. I don't really know what to make of it. I found it interesting that he was like, I'm not going to say anything with Udonis Haslem here. And UD's like, nah, say what you got to say. And I thought that was funny because, I think this was when UD and Mike Miller were in Vegas, so maybe UD was he's just like, relaxed and partying, I'm having a good time. Yeah, say what you got to say, buddy. I'm not gonna I'm not going to censor you out here. But yeah, that was interesting. He said, I literally had whiplash and was back and was practicing regular for like 6 months. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. He obviously was bothered by it. He let it be known. But we do know, like, back injuries are tricky. They are a little bit weird. Sometimes, teams can get cautious with this stuff. They don't want him to make it worse. So maybe the Heat medical staff was worried that it was in that place. But yeah, it's not an odd thing that you can get these disagreements from time to time. I just found it strange in this particular case because it's like, I don't really see what the benefit is. Like, why wouldn't the Heat want you back? Like, why wouldn't the Heat want Markieff Morris to play? Like, did he have some bonus that he was getting held back from that I'm unaware of? I don't know. Just seemed a little bit strange to me, but it is out there.